Hello people, how you doing? Everyone good? I hope everyone very good. Okay, so it is April 2026 and been thinking about little things that I can put on this thing that might make it fun for you peoples. And then I was speaking to a friend of mine and we was just talking about ideas, and they said to me it'd be quite funny if you did like a thing where randomly, don't tell people like that you're going to be doing it or whatever, just get them in your studio, in the old Chapman studios, and basically just say what tunes are on your blower. Do you know what I mean? Like without, like, because everybody's always like, yeah, I'm the best musical example. You know what I mean? Like everyone's saying that they've got all the smash, all the cash. But yeah, no, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to iTunes or whatever smartphone you have. You'd have a different app for music, I suppose. But I am an Apple man, and just give me apples. As you like them apples. Alright, so yeah, so I haven't actually approached anybody about doing this to them yet, but I thought you got to do it to yourself, haven't you? So I have my iPhone here, and as you know, I am blind, so I can't like go through it and read it out to you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick voiceover onto my phone.
Voiceover on 12:15.
So I can't cheat here because I'm going to be going through all the music that I've got, and basically we're just going to go through what music is on my smartphone, you know what I mean, and we will see. Okay, so let me just
show notification doc.
Okay.
Music.
Alright, music, so
Double tap to open.
So let's go, yeah? Open the music app.
Music, artists, album, artist, playlists, artists.
Alright, so we'll go to artists, because then we get everything.
Artist, section index, Adele, but search,
Alright,
search field.
So we start on
Double
A,
tap to edit.
and
Dictate,
so
button.
let's go through what we've got on my smartphone.
Dictation. Section index, cap A, heavy.
Right, A, yeah?
Adele.
Adele. What can I say about Adele? Seen her at the O2. She's absolutely brilliant in my eyes. Love her to bits. Great. Love her. Great music. Great everything. Just she's a female rock star. Okay.
All-star band.
All-star band. All right. So this is like a little project that was put together, but with like Noel Gallagher, Paul Weller. I think Gem Archer's involved. I think Steve Craddock might even be involved. But yeah, just a mixture of great artists. So let's carry on.
Amy Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse. Again, like Adele. Great, amazing rock star. Shame we lost her so soon. Used to see her in Camden in a good mixer occasionally. Another brilliant artist. Alright, so let's carry on.
Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys. What do we need to say about the Arctic Monkeys? Just they're great. They're great. What more do you want me to say? Like, great lyricist. Yeah, great. So that's the Arctic Monkeys.
Artists for Grenfell.
Artists for Grenfell. This is the track that was put together after the really bad thing that happened to Grenfell Tower. Yeah, that was terrible, and let's just hope that this single raised loads of money for everybody that got stung by that. Yeah, sad.
Ash button.
Ash. Well, in the 90s, you know what I mean, when you was first into music and that. Ash was one of them bands that was about, so we had a little list. Everyone used to have a little listen to Ash. Yeah, good band, but not really my great. Do you know what I mean? They're just on my blower.
Cap B. Heavy.
Alright, so now we're going into the B's.
Band-Aid button.
Band-Aid. Wow. Oh, fucking hell. great Bob Geldof track, and great stuff. Can't say anything about that, but great stuff.
Band-Aid 30.
Band-Aid 30, alright, it's because every now and then they swap people back who's singing on it and re-release it. Bono is great on it.
BBC Children in Need, Anushka Shankar, Ava Max, BBC Concert Orchestra, Bryan Adams, Cher, Clean Bandit, Ella Eyre, Grace Chatto, Gregory Porter, Izzy Bizu, Jack Savoretti, James Morrison, Jamie Cullum, Jay Sean, Jess Glynn, KSI, Kylie Minogue, Love, Lenny Kravitz, Mel C, Nile Rodgers, Paloma Faith, Rebecca Ferguson, Robbie Williams, Sheku Kana Mason and Yola Button.
Okay, so that was all the artists that are involved in this little thing. Again, for a great cause. And you can pick what you like out of them artists, whether you like so and so and so and so. There's some good stuff in there. BDI, where Liam Gallagher went after the split of Oasis back in 2009. They're good. Liam's great. Do you know what I mean? Anything he does is great. So yeah, they're all right. Not quite Oasis, but nearly there.
The Beatles.
The Beatles. Well, what can we say? One of the greatest bands ever. And in my top, like where round our way, you have your top 6, and they are definitely in my top 6.
Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
Rebel Motorcycle Club. Yeah, they're a nice little band. Do you know what I mean? I'm not heavily over the top into them, but I bought their debut album, so there you go.
The Blue Tones.
The Blue Tones, again, another band from like the 90s and that, but I didn't really get into the Blue Tones as much as maybe quite a few of my pals. John Jones, Cookie, you know what I mean? Like, he's probably the one that put me onto them, but there you go. But the Blue Tones, yeah. Blur. Yeah, well, I know all the rivalry that went down with Oasis or whatever, and I am a massive Oasis fan, but I am a massive Blur fan, and I think Damon Albarn and Coxie and all the rest of them, great stuff. Bob Dylan. What can we say about old Bob? Saw him live actually in Spain, in Benicassim. But he's just Bob from back in the day. Yeah, I mean, not one of my most favourite artists, but he's good stuff. Oops, sorry, my phone locking. So
the Blue Tones. Black Rebel, the Blue Tones. Bob Dylan.
Sorry, back to Bob Dylan. Right, next.
Bon Jovi.
American, great stuff. What he does is great, you know what I mean? It ain't like my most favourite stuff in the world, but for what he does, it's great. Yeah.
Bryan Adams
again. He's great. He's great. You know what I mean? Quite. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit Paul. Not in the same music type, but Paul Weller and Bryan Adams are both Smiths. All that and.
Bob Dylan, Button. Bon Jovi, Bryan Adams, Bon Jovi, Button.
Yes.
Bryan Adams.
Yeah, so Bryan Adams, he's just like great stuff. The song that he done in the old Robin Hood film, I can't remember the name of it, but that's a great song. Okay.
Capsy, Head Cast.
Cast in my top 6, love them. John Power, great band, just everything about them. They've got a new album out. Yeah. Get on it. It's great.
The Charlatans.
They haven't jumped into my top 6, but they're still one of them great bands that, do you know what I mean? They was part of my youth, part of my growing up. Seen them loads of times, seen Cast loads of times as well, but yeah.
Chris
Chris Helm, lead singer of the Seahorses. This is like just some little acoustic album that he released after the Seahorses finished. But yes, he's a great singer. I've seen him live. I never saw the Seahorses, never got the chance to see him, but I've seen him solo doing acoustic shows and that. Yeah. Cilla Black. I think this is just like one track of hers. I think it might have been written by the Beatles, but yeah. But Cilla Black, what can we say? She's a great female artist and great singer, and yeah, she's alright. Old Cilla. Coldplay. Again, not one of my most favourite bands, but they are good for what they do, and I've seen them a few times. You know what I mean? I saw them at the Arsenal Stadium, at the old Emirates. Yeah. The Coral. Band that sort of popped into the world and sort of popped back out again. I think Miles Kane's cousin is in the car. I don't know, but yeah, decent little band. The Cause, great Irish girls singers with their old brother on guitar. But yeah, The Cause, what can we say? Like, it's not one of my favourite bands, but they're great. Craig David. Well, what can I say? Yeah, I mean, back in the day, like my friend. I mean, yeah, that this is his first album that came out. I bought, and yeah. But what can you say? He's a good artist. You know what I mean? He ain't nowhere near my top 6, but I mean, he's a good artist. You know what I mean? Cream. What can you say? Cream. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Cream. Yeah. Great musicians in that band. Great. The Cure. Again, not really one of my top things, but they're a band that have had presence over the years. You know what I mean? In anybody's musical lives, and yeah, they're good.
D.
Moving on to D.
Dave Weston, Button.
Dave Weston. Oh, I was thinking for a second, who's that? Dave Weston is actually one of my friends. This is some of his solo music that he does. None of you would have heard of him, so have a look for him on iTunes or Spotify or whatever. Dave Weston. I was in a band with him called the Fever Dogs, and there's some good stories about that band on CHAP, so get over and have a listen.
David Bowie, Button.
David Bowie, what can we say? One of the greats of the world. Yeah, great David Bowie. Not a lot more you can say, but great.
David Gray, Button.
David Gray. Yeah, again, another artist that sort of popped up and sort of disappeared. He's alright, yeah, he's good. Good. Played football with him a couple of times on Hampstead Heath. He used to go there like behind the Lido with his pals, and
David Gray,
and
Button.
We used to play there as well. So we just got involved in games with him and that. But yeah, he's good for what he does. You know what I mean?
Death in Vegas, Button.
Death in Vegas. This is a song that they did with Liam Gallagher. I think what I've got on here, Scorpio Rising, if I'm right. I don't really know anything about them whatsoever, other than I think they tried to produce one of the Oasis albums, if I'm right, at one point. And they never went with it or whatever. But Liam done a song with them, Scorpio Rising, and that is what that is. Just one song. Right, E now.
Elvis Presley.
Well, what can you say? He's just like one of the greats, isn't he? Old Elvis. Okay, moving on. Eminem. Again, Eminem. He's not my styley, you know what I mean? Like what I'm sort of into or whatever, but Eminem is a great artist, and yeah, respect to Eminem. Eurythmics. Yeah, brilliant as well, yeah. I mean, don't really know a lot about them, but yeah, the old, I think the guitarist of my original band Voice, Amon, he knew the guitarist's guitarist for, I don't know how, but some yeah. But anyway, good band. But we'll leave it at that.
Cap F. Heading.
F.
Fly Pelican Fly.
Fly Pelican Fly. This is a band that I was sort of in with this guy called Michele, Italian fella. We tried our hardest to. We recorded an album and everything, me and him together, like, and we tried our hardest to put this band together, but we ended up finding a bass player called Jacapo or something like that. And yeah, it did. It just didn't go anywhere after this album. Yeah, so this album never even got played live, I don't think. But I mean, it's got a lot of the album is made up of songs that I wrote years and years ago, and I actually play a couple of them tunes in a filthy groove now. But let's move on. Foo Fighters. What can we say? Dave Grohl, mate. Yeah. What can we say? He's a geezer. Do you know what I mean? Top band. But yeah, not in my top 6, but he is a top guy. Freddie Mercury. What can we say about Freddie and Queen and all that? Yeah, no. But can we say Freddie Mercury is like, he goes up there with Elvis and the Beatles. You know what I mean? Like.
Cap G. Heading.
Gorillaz. What can we say? Damon Albarn put all that together and all that. It's alright. It's alright thing. You know what I mean? It's not like one of my favourite musics, but yeah, it's good. It's good. I think he put maybe the first album together on an iPad. Here we go.
Guns N'
Roses. Another great American rock outfit. Yeah, they're just great. Do a good cover of a Paul McCartney track, which is when you get put on the spot, you forget what it's called. But yeah, anyway, it's good.
Guns N' Roses. Heading.
Right, I now.
Ian
Brown. What can we say about Ian? Yeah, lead singer of the Stone Roses and all that. Yeah, he's good and that. I've got a couple of his solo albums here. Yeah, it's alright stuff. You know what I mean? Not quite the Stone Roses, but yeah, still good.
Cap J.
J now.
John Uhelski and Noel Gallagher.
I don't even know who John Uhelski is. Do you know what? And I know because I was listening the other night to things, and I had a little look in what's behind this door, and it's actually the Stereophonics Mr. Writer. So I don't know. If anyone can put that in the comments who John Uhelski is or whatever. Obviously we know Noel Gallagher is. Jake Bugg. Yeah. Nottingham fella. Yeah, he's alright. Yeah, good. His first album was brilliant. He got a bit funny. He started doing all weird stuff, and yeah, but yeah, been to see him a couple of times as well. Yeah, he's alright. Yeah, good. The Jam. Wow. Paul Weller had to come from somewhere, and he came from a great band called The Jam, and yeah, Jam, classic, great. Not in my top 6 though.
James McCartney.
Paul McCartney's son. Yeah, seen him once actually at a festival in one of the tents. I can't even remember what festival it was. It must have been V Festival, I think. Watched him do his little acoustic thing. He's alright, you know what I mean? But yeah, not his dad, but there you go. Jamiroquai. Yeah. Yeah, they're good band, Jamiroquai. Yeah. Again, they're not like my favourite thing, but yeah, they're a good band.
Jefferson
Airplane. Again, another one of them bands from back in the day, and good music, and yeah. So do you know what I mean? I've not been very embarrassed yet. I don't know what else is on here, but here we go. Right.
Jimi Hendrix.
Amazing. What a geezer, that. Fucking hell, amazing guitarist. Just great. Joel Stoker. Now, Joel is the singer of the Rifles, and this is his solo album that I've got here. The Rifles is great. You know what I mean? Like I've sort of Luke Craver sort of lived across the road from where I lived And yes, I've known him for years, and he works in the local video shop and all that. He probably won't like me saying that, but yeah, he's a top geezer. And then I become friends with the piano keyboard player, Dean Mumford, who's another great geezer. Do you know what I mean? Like me, Dean. He's great. He's great.
Joel Stoker,
So Joel is the singer of the Rifles, and that's his solo album.
John Edward Chapman.
That's me.
John Chapman.
And that's me. Yeah, all the releases that I've got on iTunes and anywhere. It's all on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, the lot. So get out there and look it all up because it's great.
John Chapman.
John Lennon doesn't need any kind of introduction. This geezer, John Lennon, and that's it. John Lennon, great.
John Lennon and Yoko Ono.
That's Lennon again with his missus.
John Power.
John Power, singer of the Cast, great. That's his solo stuff. I just think he's great, and I think Cast are great. They are in my top 6.
Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash, good old, yeah. I mean, he's brilliant. Love it, love his stuff. Brilliant, great.
Cap K. Heading.
Right, K now.
Kaiser Chiefs.
I predict a riot. Yeah, they're alright, and they're not. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Probably never listened to them ever, but I mean, they're alright. Yeah, I can't really say any more than that. Kasabian. Now they are a better band than Kaiser Chiefs, and now they've sacked their singer, and old Serge is giving it some. He's actually brilliant frontman. Yeah, I saw him support Liam when he done Nebworth, and yeah, top stuff.
Kasabian.
Right.
The Kinks.
The Kinks. What can we say about the Kinks? Great band out of Muswell Hill. Just great. And there's a theatre show out called Summer. Oh, it's the name of their song. Such a bloody. What is it? Just look up the Kinks. Sunny Afternoon. That's it. Look up the Kinks. Their theatre show that I think is going back in the West End soon for a little while. And I saw it last time. It was in the West End, and hopefully me and the missus will go and see that again because that's great. The Kooks. Again, another band that is not really my favourite stuff, but they're pretty good, and their first album was brilliant actually. And I remember when we used to go down to Wharton-on-Naze, like over a couple of summers, we used to go there every Friday after work. Adam Asbo meet me in the car park, jump in the motor, boom, straight down there to Jamie's caravan, and the Kooks played a musical part in them 2 summers, definitely.
Cabell, heading.
L.
The Last Shadow
Puppets. Miles Kane. Yeah. I can't even remember my head's like thinking what's his name? Alex Turner, sorry. Yeah.
The Last Shadow Puppets.
Yeah. It's not Arctic Monkeys and it's not Miles Kane solo. It's a different. It's decent, but I prefer their on their own stuff. If you know, Arctic Monkeys, Miles Kane on his own. But there you go.
Led Zeppelin.
What can you say about Led Zeppelin? Great band, great band, great drummer, great guitarist, great singer. Yeah, not quite Roger Daltrey, but great singer. Led Zeppelin, great.
Liam
Gallagher. Yes, Oasis are in my top 6, and Liam Gallagher is in my top frontmen, definitely. He's great, Liam. And his solo stuff's pretty good, you know what I mean? It's better than BDI, and it's not quite Oasis, but nothing ever will be. But it equals Noel's solo stuff head to head, straight up, you know what I mean?
Liam Gallagher and John Squire, Button.
Alright, that's the album that Liam did with John Squire out of Stone Roses. I think Liam's solo stuff is better, and I think that the Seahorses stuff is better than these songs.
Link Ray and Liam Gallagher and John Squire.
What can you say?
Link Ray and the Raymond.
Great guitarist, Link Ray. Great guitarist. Can't say much more than that.
Linksies, Button.
Do you know what? I don't even know who the Linksies are. I'm sorry. Put it in the comments. Yeah, I don't know who they are, so we'll move on.
Cap M, heading.
Cap M.
Madness.
We love it. Yeah, Madness. Sort of, a lot of them out of Kentish Town. I think old Suggsy was living up by Muswell Hill originally. But I know that Denyer House on Highgate Road was the home to Lee Thompson, I think, and there was another one over the Rutter. Yeah, but anyway, Madness, yeah.
1315.
Sorry.
Link Ray and the Raymond. Linksies. Cap M. Het Madness. Marcus Bonfanti.
Right, Marcus Bonfanti is a guy that I went to school with, and he's quite good. He's like quite bluesy or whatever, but yeah, I can remember him when we was in school and we was like in tutorial at the end of the day before you leave school or whatever. And I always used to be getting him to get his acoustic hand, play Wonderwall. And then I'd sit there singing it with him, you know what I mean? Like, and he'd be like looking at me thinking, I just want to go home, John, you know what I mean? But he went on to study music in Liverpool, I think, and he just become like a solo artist. And he was in a band called Equilibrium back in them days, at the end of school in the 90s, and yeah.
1316.
Sorry, keep having to turn his phone back on.
Madness.
Marcus. So that was Marcus.
Matt Lucas.
Oh right, that's the fella who was doing that Little Britain with David Williams. This is for the kids. I'll say that now. No, something about a hot potato or something. I think he released some kids books about a potato, and that's the song that goes with it, I think. There you go. That is for the kids, and I promise you, it is for the kids. No, it's not. Chapman. I know you love singing songs about hot potatoes.
Michael Jackson.
What can we say about Michael Jackson? He's just fucking amazing musician, just amazing. Some complicated shit in his life and that, and I'm not going to go into none of them politics, you know what I mean? All I'm doing is judging music, and his music is unbelievable, you know what I mean?
Miles Kane.
We've been talking about him with the last Shadow Puppets and that. I think Miles Kane is actually absolutely brilliant. I've seen him loads of times actually. I see him in Spain. I've seen him all over the shop, you know what I mean? I've seen him at the O2 as well. I can't remember who he was supporting, someone. But yeah, Miles Kane, he's top, man. He's not in the top 6 obviously, but he's top. And his first album, Colour of the Trap, it's a brilliant album and I love it. Yeah, it's one of my favourites. I listen to it a fair bit. Muse again. Not like my missus is much more into Muse than I am, but they are brilliant, and we saw them at the Arsenal Stadium as well, and oh my god, they are a great live band. Fucking great, man. But again, more my missus's
Muse
band, do you know what I mean? But yeah, brilliant. We're on to N-dubs. Okay, so again, this sort of music ain't really my forte, if you like, but N-dubs, I know them because they're from Camden and that, and I can't even remember what's it, Dino, what's he called himself? Dappy, that's it, yeah. Dappy and Talisa and Phaser, I think he calls himself. Yeah, but yeah, their brother, Dean's brother, Talisa's cousin, Spiros, I was in a band with him for a while, and we was brilliant. We was fucking brilliant. What can you say? How we didn't record an album, I just don't know, man. We was fucking brilliant, and it all went pear shaped. Anyway, that is explained in other CHAP tales, and so just look at the titles of them, go back, and you'll find all out about all of that, what happened there. But yeah, so that's why I've got one of their albums.
Music, End Up, Matt Lucas, Miles Kane, End Up.
So End Up.
Neil Harrison.
Neil Harrison. Neil Harrison is the guy that takes off John Lennon in the bootleg Beatles, and I went to see them at the Royal Albert Hall. And when we was leaving in the old bit where they sell t-shirts and whatever, I saw that there was a Neil Harrison album, and I just thought, yeah, I'll buy that just to see what he's like, his own stuff. It's okay. It's not brilliant, but it's okay. Nirvana. Great band. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's where Dave Grohl come from, and Kurt Cobain, and yeah, they're brilliant. Or they was brilliant when old Kurt was alive and that. But yeah, brilliant. Oasis. Cover band of Oasis. Oasis. Seen them a couple of times as well. And yeah, actually saw them at Alexandra Palace. Went up there one year for fireworks, and they had like a German beer festival, cracking it up, nice. So we went inside Ali Pali after watching the fireworks, and then we all sat down and drinking loads of this German beer, great stuff. They're good at beer, like us, the Germans and the English, good at beer. Saying that, the Indians are good at beer. Alright, let's leave it there. Beer's not what we're all talking about today, is it? Okay, so let me just see what's next.
Noel Gallagher, Oasis, but Noel Gallagher.
Alright.
Noel Gallagher Noel Gallagher.
Alright, Noel Gallagher, what can we say? Liam's right hand man, or left hand man. I think he goes stage right, so yeah. But yeah, Noel Gallagher, him and Liam driving power of Oasis, great band, definitely in my top 6 Oasis. Yeah, no, just this is like just some solo bits and pieces, and
Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds.
And Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds. Yeah, what can we say? Noel's great as well. Liam and Noel both great. Love you both. Mwah. Okay. Capo.
Oasis.
Oh, well, Oasis. What can we say? The best. No, I mean, yeah, Liam and Oasis got me into wanting to do music myself. Didn't quite hit their do you know what I mean? But yeah, great. Ocean Colour Scene, another one of bands in my top 6. Steve Craddock, Simon Farrah, Oscar. Anyway, Ocean Colour Scene, Mosley Shoals, what an album, back in the 90s, listening to that, just, do you know what I mean, having that album on in my ears, in my little Walkman that I had. They are a great band. I've seen them loads of times, seen Oasis loads of times, went to see Oasis at Wembley for the old reunion tour, and they was brilliant. What's next?
Show no 1040 library.
Sorry.
Music. Safari music. Ocean Colour Scene. Oasis. Ocean
Cat P. Paul McCartney. Amazing. Great. 4th of the Beatles. What can we say? It's just Paul McCartney. Great. Paul Weller. Jam Man. Paul Weller is a hard-working musician. I'll tell you that, mate. But he's brilliant. He is brilliant. Stanley Road, amazing. And there's an acoustic album, I think it's called Days of Speed, and it's just amazing. Phil Collins. Well, I didn't even know that was on there, to tell you the truth. I don't he's okay, I suppose, Genesis and that, yeah, it's alright, but I don't even know how that crept onto the phone. Pink Floyd, another great band, Breaking the Wall and all that. Yeah, they're great. Their bass player does a podcast with Gary Kemp. I can't even remember what he's called, but yeah, that's brilliant. I listen to that quite a lot. It's brilliant.
Pink Floyd,
Plan B. Again, not really my sort of thing, but Plan B. I remember watching him at V Festival, and his album's pretty good. Yeah. Plan B. I think he's a South Londoner. The Police, great. Sting, do you know what I mean? They are great. Not in my top 6, but they're a great band. Poomkey. Well, I've not got a clue what that is. Again, in the comments, peeps, if you know what Poomkey is. I don't have a clue. The Prodigy, another great band from the 90s. Firestarter and all that. Yeah, they're great. I never actually got to see them live, but I've watched them do concerts on DVDs and stuff, and yeah, they're a brilliant band, the Prodigy. Proud Mary. Again, I don't know if I'm right, but I think that a band I was in called the Tally, we supported Proud Mary at the 100 Club on Oxford Street. And I also saw them in the Tufnell Park Tavern as well. Yeah, quite a weird one. But again, I never really got that into them, if you know what I mean. Like, there's so much music, you know what I mean? It's just like... Pulp. Yeah, great band. They're a great 90s band, Pulp, yeah. And they've recently got back together like Oasis did, but I don't know if they're like going full whack, here we go. But they've got a new album out, and that's pretty good. I've listened to it. I haven't got it, I've listened to it, but their old stuff's pretty good as well, you know what I mean? Cap Q, Queen, great band. Freddie Mercury, great. Do you know what I mean? They're just great. Like, some of their tracks, just amazing, you know what I mean? Not in my top 6 though, because they ain't quite my forte in that manner. But yeah, great. Kappa. Ray Charles, just another great artist, do you know what I mean? From back in the day, yeah, brilliant. Razorlight. Yeah, they're a good band, Razorlight. I think they're split up now, like, but I can remember one day I was there's a pub called The Stills on Haverstock Hill in Hampstead. I think it comes under NW3. Yeah, and I remember going in there. I can't remember who I was with, but we was at the bar and we was looking at, and they was like, "Oh my God, Razorlight are over there." So we looked round, like, and the singer of Razorlight, I can't even remember his name, but anyway, the singer, and the other three of them sitting on one table in one corner of the room, and then he was on his own with a girl. Like, I don't know, it didn't feel right, you know what I mean? It just didn't feel right. So I went over and I said hello to the 3 other band members, and I didn't even look at the singer and went back to the bar. Yeah, nice. But yeah, some good tracks. Try.
Show notifications button. Dog music.
Right, sorry, keep turning it off.
Button. Ray Charles, Razorlight,
Reef. Again, they're not really my sort of thing, but there is a couple of songs that I used to enjoy, like, playing and, do you know what I mean, shouting along to or whatever. But yeah, Reef. Regency. Now this band, Regency, is the band of Mr. Dean Mumford. Dean Mumford is like the keyboard player, piano player in the Rifles. And this is his own band where he sings and plays guitar in. And I had a band that put together to try and raise some money for guide dogs and just blindness in general, because I'm blind. Thought I had to do it, but we've supported his band Regency at the Fiddler's Elbow, and that was a good gig that night. Yeah, that was a very good gig. There were 6 of us in the band, 3 boys, 3 girls. It was me, Phil Kerrigan and Sam Talent, and then the 3 girls, the 2 Jennies and Kerry, and yeah, that was a brilliant band. Good times.
Richard
Ashcroft, well, the Verve are in my top 6. Do you know what I mean? And Ashcroft is in my top 6 because he's great. He is great. And when I went to see Oasis recently at Wembley, it was amazing because Oasis headlining, and then the 2 support acts, Cast and Richard Ashcroft, and all 3 of them are in my top 6. So let's have it.
Richard Chapman, Richard Ashcroft, Richard Chapman.
Richard Chapman, my brother. Yes, my little brother from another mother. This has got his album, I think it's called The Chapman Experience. Yeah, I mean, he's different to me. He's nothing like me, you know what I mean? So please look him up, Richard Chapman. He goes under the name The Wandering Minstrel, and he's in a sort of band called The Cover Shots. So please look him up and have a look at his stuff, you know what I mean?
The Rifles, Richard Chapman, The Rifles.
The Rifles, a great band, do you know what I mean? That's Joel that we spoke about, and Dean, and Luke, and Grant, and just great bands. Yeah, look them up as well, man. Yeah, definitely. Robbie Williams. Now, I'm not a big Robbie Williams fan, but I liked his first album, Life Through a Lens. I really liked it. Yeah, and if he would have stayed more like that, you know what I mean? That album had Angels and Let Me Entertain You on it. But yeah, I think he's got a new album out called Britpop or something, and I thought he was going to try and go back this way, but he hasn't in my eyes. But yeah, Robbie Williams, there you go.
Richard Chapman, Richard, The Rifles, but Roger Daltrey.
Roger Daltrey, singer of The Who. Roger Daltrey and Liam Gallagher, my 2 favourite frontmen. If I can make some sort of a sound that's in the middle of Daltrey and Townsend, and Gallagher, that's where I want to be, you know what I mean? Great.
RPA and the Rooster, Roger Daltrey,
Rooster, they're an American band. Don't really know anything about them. Got their album, I don't know how, why, what, but it's an alright album, you know what I mean? It ain't nothing special, but it's alright.
RPA and the United Nations of Sound.
RPA and United Nations of Sound. This is a project that Ashcroft did. Just a side thing. It's Ashcroft, so it's brilliant. Rusty Boat. Okay. Rusty Boat are a band that my friend Mr. Phil Kerrigan and another guy that was in a band with me called James Till, and basically what happened was we was in a band called The Voice, and we had Spiros and Dappy out of N-Dubs' brother in the band, and something happened, I don't know. Their dad, we used to rehearse in Dollars Hill at their studio and all that. Something happened because their dad was sort of managing us, and something happened where he had to let us go because he was also at the time doing the Lickle Rinsers that turned into N-Dubs, and they was higher up the ladder than we was, so they was his priority. So boom, he had to let us go because of whatever hardship. And then when he let us go, it was like us taking a step back, if you like, because it's like 1 minute we've got our own rehearsal room and we don't have to pay for it, and then next thing I know we're back at Scar Studios in Camden paying out of the nostril for rehearsal space, you know what I mean? And I don't know, just something happened and arguments started, and anyway, Spiros ended up leaving the band. Spuggy joined the band on rhythm guitar, and trying to play Spirits' great piano with Spuggy on the rhythm guitar, it just didn't work. So we did about 2 more gigs, and then James and Phil called me up and said they're leaving the band, and then they left the band and they made a band called The Butterflies. And then after The Butterflies sort of went into this band called Rusty Boat, and they've got an album they recorded which I bought, and it's a good album. Do you know what I mean? Like, Phil is amazing. He's like probably one of my favourite guitarists to even be in a band with, you know what I mean? But and James as well. It's a shame that me and James didn't really carry on being friends, really, because I liked James like from the minute he joined The Voice. Like I really used to get on with him, and I liked him a lot. And when the band all split and all that, I suppose because he became the singer of Rusty Boat and The Butterflies, you know what I mean? And he probably thought, oh, because I'm a singer, he probably thought, oh, do you know what I mean? He's going to have the right ump, but then, you know what I mean? I just got to get on with things in life, haven't you? So that's Rusty Boat. Where are we going now? Sorry, I have to keep opening my phone because it keeps locking up. Rusty Boat, okay. Now we're on to S. Seahorses. We talked about Chris Helm earlier on, the singer. John Squire is the lead guitarist and the songwriter, I think. Well, Chris as well is a songwriter in Seahorses. That album, I think it was called Do It Yourself, the first album. They only sort of released that one album. I mean, there are other things on YouTube or whatever of albums that didn't get released or whatever. But obviously Squire, I've seen him in Stone Roses. I didn't get to see the Seahorses actually live, but I've seen him with Liam, and just nuts. But he John Squire, great guitarist, isn't he? And the Seahorses were great, and I used to love Is the Law, and yeah, great. Okay, Sex Pistols. Well, I mean, they're great. Great influence. They shaped the 90s, if you like. You know what I mean? From bands being into the Sex Pistols, Johnny Rotten, Old Lydon. I think Liam Gallagher says, like I say Daltrey Gallagher, he says Lennon Lydon.
10:57.
Sorry.
Sex Pistols.
Right, okay, so Sex Pistols.
The Shoes.
The Shoes are a band of people that I knew from Camden. Their guitarist went on to do another band called the Black Dove Experiment. I can't remember his name, can't remember any of their names. But yeah, we bumped into the singer in Benicassim Festival, where we saw Bob Dylan and Noel Gallagher and Miles Kane, Stone Roses. That was a great festival. Okay. Right, so it's done Seahorses, done Shoes. Simply Red, Mick Hucknall. I mean, they're great. Again, not really my kind of thing, but I mean, they are great. Yeah, what can you say? Great. Smart Dogs, another band of people from the 90s. Again, yeah, just right, a bit moddy, these lot. Yeah, nice. Spandau Ballet. Again, I said earlier that the bass player of Pink Floyd does a podcast with Gary Kemp, which is brilliant. Raconteurs, something like that. But yeah, get on YouTube, have a listen to that podcast, because they interview some great people. But Spandau Ballet, yeah, I've seen them live a couple of times at the O2 and that. Alright. Star Sailor. They're alright. Seen them at the Forum, seen them a couple of times as well, seen them support. He's a bit, the singer, I remember they were supporting the Charlatans. I think it was at the Docklands Arena. Like, this is like before the O2 even existed. And the singer had a bit of a sore throat, but he started not playing and saying to, I need a cup of tea. I need a cup of tea if you want to hear any more from me.
Status quo.
Oh, well, what do we say about that? I don't know. Okay. Status quo. The Quo. I don't know, they're just a rock band, didn't they? They're alright. That's about it. Stereophonics. Kelly Jones, amazing. Graffiti on the Train, amazing. Performance and Cocktails, amazing. Just this geezer is amazing. Yeah, Stereophonics, definitely get on them. Yeah, they're brilliant live as well. Saw them at the Albert.
The Stone Roses.
Stone Roses. We've talked about Ian Brown and John Squire. Obviously Manny, sadly he left us not too long ago now. Amazing bass player, and the drummer Rennie as well. Like, the four of them, just great musicians, man, just fucking great. Yeah, not in my top 6 though, but they are great. The Strokes, American Arnies from New York, I think. They sort of influenced the Libertines and that, I think. Again, I've probably only got one album of theirs, and they're not really my thing, but they're alright for what they do. Just Last Night. Supergrass, great band. Supergrass, oh my god, yeah, great. They're great Supergrass from the 90s and that. You know what I mean? Like, it was hard for bands like the Charlatans and Supergrass to live in the shadow of Oasis and Blur, you know what I mean? But great stuff. The Tally. Now the Tally is me again. Yeah. What more can we say about the Tally? Look 'em up. Yeah. Another part of my musical career. Texas. Charlene Spiteri. Yeah, great singer. Yeah, they're good. They're a good band. They're not really my favourite sort of band, but they are a good band. The Doors, great. I love the Doors. You know what I mean? Jim Morrison. Yeah, fucking hell. Yeah, they're great. An American band, but they are great. The Doors, yeah.
The Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones, what can you say? And another one of those great bands that never made it into my top 6 though, because I'm more of a Beatles Who man, not a Beatles Stones man. But great bands, do you know what I mean? Great musicians. See Ronnie Wood now and again, bobbing about. Ronnie Wood likes to turn up at loads of gigs and just get on stage with people, you know what I mean? It's like, oh god, there's Ronnie. He's a great guitar. He's a great geezer, you know what I mean? Thin Lizzy. Yeah, another good band, but they're not really my thing. I haven't really listened to Thin Lizzy that much, but yeah, good. Tina Turner, absolutely amazing woman. She's just great, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff she's done has been amazing.
The Tiny Boppers.
This is like kids stuff. What I've had on there for like kids parties and stuff like that we've done in the past. I promise. Tom Jones. Again, Tom Jones he's great. You know what I mean? But he's not really my kind of thing. But I mean, he's great.
Tony Sheridan and the
Beatles. I think this is like the Beatles in the early days. They backed this geezer up as he's backing bands sort of thing, and yeah, don't know much about him. I don't even know what's in my collection. Top Loader, another band that's like Reef. You know what I mean? Like they're alright, but do you know what I mean? I don't listen to them really.
Travis.
Travis. Yeah, I remember when Travis was first about, like when Stereophonics was first about. You know what I mean? It was just like good. Went to the Forum to see them. Yeah. But again, they've disappeared and it's no love lost. The Twice. Okay, so I had a girlfriend when I was young. You know what I mean? Was proper young, 13 or something. I don't know. But her name was Lauren, and she's a lovely girl, and her mum and dad are lovely. Dad is like a musician as well. I think he's in a band called MT Heads, if you want to look them up. And also he's like a bit of a producer, and he's he's got a studio and all that. He does recordings for people and all that, and he recorded our first ever song basically that we recorded, and it was a version of No One Knows Him, which is on one of my albums. So get on to iTunes and buy all my albums. I think it's on Double Double. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, the Twice though is the son Josh, who is a lovely geezer, Josh, and he's brilliant. He is brilliant. Like I can remember in his early days, him and his band The Twice playing at the Bull and Gate, and us lot all going to see him and that. And I do try to go and see him whenever I can. Like we've done a charity night, and he played. They headlined for me actually, The Twice. Yeah, good band. Yeah, look them up and buy that as well. The Twice.
The top loader, Tony Sherrod, Trap, the Cap you.
Right, you. Oh, U2. I think they're brilliant, U2. I think I've seen them at the O2 and that, and The Edge and Bono and it's Larry and sorry Mr. B-Flower. Yeah, but they U2 are just like, you know what I mean, they're a great band, you know what I mean. You can't really say much more than that. And they're great. They've got great songs. Do you know what I mean? They're just fucking brilliant. Not in my top 6 though. Right, V. Various artists. That's just a compilation album of different artists. So we'll move on from that. Velvet Revolver. Again, a rock band that I never really got into that much. Someone's in Velvet Revolver in it. It might be someone from Guns N' Roses. I'm not sure, but yeah. But I think they are a good band though. Yeah. The Verve. They are in my top 6. Ashcroft. Brilliant. They're just brilliant. You know what I mean? Like. Ashcroft's got an album called Acoustic Hymns. Buy it. It is amazing. Fuck. The Verve, you know what I mean? Urban hymns, but Acoustic Hymns, Ashcroft, amazing. W. The Who. The Who. Again, in my top 6. I love The Who so much. Daltrey, do you know what I mean? It's like, I remember, because we're Londoners, you know what I mean? Like, when I first got into Oasis, people were saying to me, God man, Liam's like your idol and he's a mank. So I was like, thought about it, and I said, yeah, well, Roger Daltrey's my idol too, and he's a Londoner. West Londoner though, not North West like me.
Notification Centre, heading. The Verve, but Velvet Revolver,
Right,
the Verve, Cap W.
Right, Who, we said The Who.
Johnson and Roger Daltrey.
Wilco Johnson, Roger Daltrey. Again, Wilco Johnson done an album with Daltrey and it's great. And yeah, if you...
The Who.
Yeah,
Wilco Johnson.
Roger Daltrey, yeah. Look it up, yeah, album, great.
Wings,
McCartney, great. Yeah, they're great. Some of their tunes are great. You know what I mean? Not quite the Beatles, but they're great.
Wings and Paul McCartney.
Wings and Paul McCartney, it's the same thing.
Heading. The Zootons.
The Zootons. Amazing little band. One of their tracks, Amy Winehouse done a great version of it on her Back to Black album. Yeah, great. Zootons. They're a great band as well.
Mini player, King Crawler, Mile Play, Button.
Okay.
Low dock, music,
Alright, so
music.
that is the end of my stuff on my blower. There's, do you know what I mean? It's like, thank God, there ain't too much stuff on there that, you know what I mean? Yes, yeah, all of that was greatness. But I mean, there are some other artists and stuff that I've got CDs of and records and stuff that ain't actually made it onto the old iTunes account. But yeah. But what was on there was on there. But yeah, so thank you, cheers. Thanks for listening and that, and having a look at my blowers music library. But yeah, so let's see who I can find to do the next one. Yeah, please, any of them bands that I can't, like John Yunsky, I can't really think who he is, and that other band, I don't even know who it is, Linksies, I don't really know who they are either. Yeah, okay, thank you for listening, and I will speak to you lot next month, and hopefully I can find somebody to show me their power. Nice fun. Speak soon.
Wish